Hello. Today I want to present you all with an image. This little girl received this easy baked oven on Christmas one year. Now imagine her excitement, her amazement at something that she could have that could create something different. She was able to put these powdery packets into some type of tin and mix it up with maybe a little bit of water or milk and stick it in this oven to cook under a light bulb. She didn't know how it happened, wasn't actually curious about how it happened, but she loved that she could make something and give it to her parents without the help of her parents or even just a guided hand. She was amazed by this. She developed a passion for baking that started with this easy baked oven. She developed a curiosity for food, let alone baking. She had developed a dream to maybe open up a bakery one day with this easy baked oven, who now knows that you can't do that with an easy baked oven, but you can do it with your own hands and own recipes. This little girl is me. My name is Elizabeth Cordova, and I am looking into the food and beverage industry. The reason why I'm looking into this industry is because the curiosity for food has still lived on today. I love that food can be a magical thing. It can be something that brings everyone together through spices, through ingredients that you might not even think of that could go together. And I love that. I love the art of it. And I believe that one day I might be able to open up that bakery, or I can be part of something like a bakery or even a restaurant or even just an industry to bring this type of culture and this type of way of thinking about food to other people. I decided to do my practicum at a bakery, and I did mine at the Village Baking Company. So, the Village Baking Company is a French pastry, is a French bakery that consists of yeast risen pastries. It ranges from breads to different types of croissants. The two bakeries are Greenville Avenue and Travis Street. Travis just opened about 3 months back, and now they're looking at opening a possibility of two more stores here in the near future. My responsibilities at this bakery range from customer service, training, policies, as well as scheduling. With customer service, that is about anything that has to do with the customer whenever they walk in. It might be offering them recommendations, answering questions, or even just helping them at the cash register or talking to them while making their coffee. Granted, I'm usually trying to do latte art, but right now I'm at a blob, but if you look at it just right, it might look like a swan. I think that's a pretty good developed skill so far. As training goes, it's usually with newer employees, but also old employees, just implementing policies and reiterating things that need to be done throughout the day. With policies, I have been helping on making a new employee handbook that we're trying to reorganize as well as develop. And scheduling is probably one of my main responsibilities at the moment. I work on it weekly, if not daily. My 3 points today that I'll be talking about are organization and scheduling, challenges to management, and self-awareness and what I've learned throughout the practicum on my self-awareness. When it comes to organization and scheduling, it has been very interesting. I have never had to do scheduling before throughout my previous jobs, and I never realized just how complicated and difficult scheduling can be. I picture scheduling as almost like a puzzle because with this, you will have to piece together members of your staff and how they work together, as well as who are more of your shift leads and who are more of maybe not your weaker employees, but employees that need more of a guiding hand when they're at work. Putting together a team is very essential for each shift, especially during your busier days like a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning. Those types of mornings where you have a line out the door, you definitely need probably your best people or even your best people with a few guided hands employees in there to help them become a best employee. It also has made me realize how much organization is needed when keeping tracks of dates that employees give you, whether it's time requested off, days that they can't work, or even just dates on when you're opening earlier, when you're closing earlier, and when you're off. I have developed an Excel sheet of my own to keep track of things that my fellow employees have told me, just to make sure that I remember them and not just rely on texting, because sometimes texting isn't necessarily a good way to keep track of things. It has also helped me realize that scheduling can be very time consuming, especially when people are texting you that they can't work this or they can't work that after you just sent out the schedule. So you have to keep redoing it almost over and over again. I have really enjoyed scheduling that because it has been able to help my mind work and my brain work, and I love the puzzle side of it and trying to fit things together. As far as ethical issues go, I didn't necessarily see anything unethical that happened, but I did see that there were challenges to management. We have our general manager and our used to be retail director, and I had to be one that mediated between the two. Just because between our GM and our retail director, there was a lot of tension. They never really saw eye to eye, which also meant a lot of miscommunications between our bosses and employees, and even sometimes employees to employees. One person could have been told one thing by our GM, while the other one could be told one thing about the retail director. And then once they come together, they're very much confused because they're all told maybe two different things, sometimes even three. Because of their tension, it also created a very unorganized workplace and a lot of tension within the workplace itself. People were shifting to which side they should be on, as well as just not knowing what they should be doing, which caused a lot of mistrust between our general manager and employees. Our general manager didn't necessarily trust a lot of people, but it also caused a lot of micromanaging. And due to the micromanaging, it's caused the company in general to lose a lot of employees who are probably our stronger and more loyal and faithful employees. It's caused a lot of people to realize that this might not be what they want to do anymore just because they aren't happy there. There was a lot of unhappiness starting to happen because people weren't having as much fun, and the micromanaging because of the GM and retail director relationship started to really reflect on them, and they started bringing work home, which shouldn't happen. It definitely shouldn't cause a rift between their work life and their social life. During this practicum, I have also developed a very huge sense of self awareness. Throughout my leadership classes, whether it was leadership skills, spiritual leadership, and effective leader, I have learned a lot about myself and how much self awareness is key when becoming a leader and also just working in the workplace. With definitely scheduling, I have realized that I am a person that when there's a conflict or when there's something that needs to be done, I think about it too much to where I need to get it done at that moment. I don't necessarily think of the implications, and I don't think of if it has to be done immediately. I just automatically assume that, you know what, I think I need to solve this situation, even though it might not be something major. It could be done the next day. This caused a very big problem between balancing my work, school, softball, and social life. It caused a problem between my stress and between just getting myself to be more balanced. Because of these conflicts and because of my classes, I have started to really self reflect on how I am handling situations and how I can better myself. I've been taking more time to relax and remembering that not everything has to be done immediately. Working at this bakery has really taught me a lot about how a bakery should be ran, and it has taught me a lot about things that need to be done and how I can communicate better with my employees and how management is really key to how a workplace environment is set. It has taught me a lot on how a bakery is ran and how I might be able to run my future bakery. Thank you for watching this presentation, and I invite you all to questions, but I'll leave you to this quote that's kind of the joke between our bakery. A balanced diet is a cookie in each hand, which is very true. Thank you.